So, today we're going to talk about what we can believe and how we know if a site can be used in your research. We're going to talk about credibility, reliability. We're going to talk about the CRAP method, and then we're going to have an opportunity to check some resources. So, our mission today is to be able to understand the importance of evaluating the credibility and accuracy of a source and to know how to do so. So, first of all, we do need to understand what credibility is. Here's a dictionary definition: the quality or power of inspiring belief or the capacity for belief. In other words, it's all about believability. And of course, that really matters because if you're going to use facts to support evidence, you need to make sure those facts are true. Let's say, for example, you're cruising social media after a soccer game. Everton have been playing Aston Villa. Everton are in the lower half of the table. Aston Villa are vying up at the top. The game ended up in a nil-nil draw, but there was a goal called off for Aston Villa. So if you look at these different tweets and these different commentary, we can see different clues that tell us who said them and what their opinion is and whether there is a bias involved or not. Who can we believe? Do we believe Everton were with you today or Everton Blue Army? Do we believe the fan that says that the referee was wrong? Do we believe the fan who talks about we when he talks about Villa? Or do we believe Dale Johnson from ESPN? All we're doing is we're looking at the names of the authors and the commentary included within their tweet so that we can tell who's truly neutral and who has a bias. So who can we believe? We need to look for how the author feels about the subject and what he or she is trying to say. We need to consider what the evidence is. Is there any information that's being left out? If so, was it done on purpose? Can I find anything out anywhere else that says the same thing or perhaps is different? And then step three, the reasoning. How does the evidence prove that the claim is true? I need to know who wrote it. I need to know their feelings about the topic. And who are they writing for? Who's the publisher? What channel is it on? Has any information been left out? Have all sides and issues been included? And then I need to think about the reliability of my sources. So, what is the difference? Well, credibility has to do with someone being believable, their veracity, whereas reliability has to do with their ability to accurately observe, recall, and recount events in an issue. And in order to do that, we're going to do something that is called the CRAP test. We're going to find the currency, the relevance, the authority, the accuracy, and the purpose of our source. There's going to be a video for you to watch that goes over this, but just to give you an idea of what it means. Currency is the timeliness of the information. Is it current? When was it published or posted? Has the information been revised or updated? Does your topic require current information or will older sources work as well? And then are the links all functional? Relevance. Does it relate to your topic? The importance of the information for your needs cannot be downplayed. Is this written for the intended audience? Who is the intended audience? Is the information at an appropriate level? Have you looked at a variety of sources before determining this is the one you will use, or did you pick the first one that came up? Would you be comfortable citing this source in your research paper? Would you be comfortable with your teacher going and looking at that source that you cited? And then the authority, the source of the information. Who is the author or publisher? What are their credentials? Are they qualified? Can I find their contact information, such as a publisher or email address? And then does the URL reveal anything about the author or the source? Is it a .com, a .edu, a .gov, a .org, or a .net? Then we consider the accuracy, the reliability, truthfulness, and correctness of the content. Where does it come from? Is it supported by evidence? Has it been reviewed or refereed? Can you verify any of the information in another source or from personal knowledge? Does the language or tone seem unbiased and free from emotion? Are there spelling, grammar, or typographical errors? And then last but not least, the purpose, the reason the information exists at all. What is the purpose of the information? Is it to inform, teach, sell, entertain, or persuade? Do the authors or sponsors make their intentions or purpose clear? Is the information fact, opinion, or propaganda? Does the point of view appear objective and impartial? Are there political, ideological, cultural, religious, institutional, or personal biases? That is the CRAP test, and it helps us on a hunt for truth. Now, I also have created a checklist that you can use where you can go through a website and scan it for all of these parts of the CRAP test, where you can make sure whether you can identify the author. Can you make sure that it's been updated recently? Are there external links and do they work? And as you go through this scoring sheet, you're going to add those points together. So we're going to look at an example now. You might remember this from elementary school, and we're going to score it together. And then you're going to do some websites on your own.